We are back with 30 lessons to my 30th birthday, day number 8. Envelope number 8 and gift number 8. So this one's heavy. Oh, okay. As you know, these envelopes are filled with scratch offs. I have not won yet for day 1 through 7. So, you know, maybe today will be the one. Who knows? Stick around to the end of the video to find out. We are on to gift number 8. Relax and release. Now remember that episode of A Different World when Whitley had to go to the therapist and the lady told her to relax, relate, release, and then she just started walking around going relax, relate, release. It was hilarious. If you have never seen A Different World, your life is incomplete. Great quality black television. Microwavable body wrap. Super happy about this because it also has lavender in the inside. I don't know if y'all ever like been to the nail salon or like at the spa, if you get like services like a pedicure or manicure, they wrap this around your neck during. It's a game changer. And this one you can actually warm up. So I will be testing this out with that good old eye mask. And I'll let you guys know. But if you've never had one of these, you should definitely get one. You can actually DIY your own also. But yeah, I don't know if you're trying to take on that kind of project. If you ever go to like TJ Maxx, Marshalls and stuff, they have things like this. Highly recommend it. Okay, we're back for 30 life lessons to my 30th birthday, day number 8. So today's life lesson is don't get caught up in other people's timeline for your life and feel like you have to rush and do everything to hit certain deadlines. Because I think this is like a real thing, at least it was for me. Because when I was like 17, 18, like going into college, I was like, by 25, I'm gonna be married and in my dream job and have a house and my dream car and all this stuff with kids, etc. Me at 29 now, I'm like dying laughing at myself because I'm just like, really? You thought that's what's really gonna happen? Like, first of all, like I could barely take care of myself at 25. I still be struggling now. So do you talk about having a kid? Done so. No. I did get married at 26, but that was not like I'm getting married because this is the planned thing. And I think it's super easy sometimes for us to get caught up in these ideas of like benchmark ages and having to feel like you have to do certain things by a certain age. And it kind of sets you up for failure because it's like, okay, you know, I didn't hit XYZ benchmark, so now my whole life is ruined and nothing is going to be good and everything is just a mess. And it's just not realistic, man. Like, it's just not realistic. There's so many variables and things that happen in life that cause us to have to kind of detour sometimes from our plans, and that's not a bad thing. I think sometimes we hit roadblocks, or God allows us to hit stumbling points in order to teach us things, in order to keep us from going down paths that we think we want, but in reality those are not the things that are meant for us. And sometimes we get in our own way because we're trying so hard to force our own plans to work. We miss the whole overall lesson in certain things not turning out the way that we feel like they should. And also, I think there's like this thing where people are like, you turn 30 and if you don't have it all together, like you failed somehow, or you didn't do something right, or whatever. And it's just like, I feel like everything in life happens for a reason, and things go the way they go for a reason. And it's sometimes you don't see why until you reach the other side and you're like, oh, that's why that went that way. And so I think it's good for us to sometimes consider that when our plans fall through, it's to make us better, not to make us feel like we have failed at life as a whole in entirety. So that is my life lesson. Like, don't get stuck in someone else's timeline for your life. Go at your own pace. Like, you don't have to finish college at 22. You don't have to get married by 25. You don't have to be in your first house by 27. Like, everyone's life is different. Everything happens at a different pace. So you do those things when you're ready to do them. You know, especially when you're talking about huge life decisions like marrying someone, committing to a 30-year mortgage on a house. These are not light decisions, and they should not be taken as such. So move in the time that works for you. And college, like, some people don't know what they want to do at 18. So then going to college is kind of not a thing that they're ready to do, especially if you're talking about you had to get student loans and all that to do it. It's like, when you make that kind of decision, you want to be sure it's money well spent. So you know what you're going to college for, you know what you're trying to do. Or deciding on who you're going to marry, or buying a house, or having a job, or finding your career. Like, all these things take time. And I don't know where along the way we decided that there's like benchmark ages where you have to hit these certain goals or it's not going to happen. And that's just false. Like, everyone's life happens at a different pace, and there is nothing at all wrong with that. Just hold on to your own timeline. Don't fall into the trap of comparison, because the danger in comparing to someone else is you don't know their whole story unless you know them personally and know exactly what they've done. And even to that point, you still don't really know. So it's like you're comparing apples to oranges. Your story is your story, their story is their story. And we have to be careful not to feel like everyone else's life should mirror our own, or vice versa. Take your own path, you know, do things at a speed that works for you. If you find love at 40, great. If you find love at 20, great. If you find your dream job at 55, great. If you find your dream job at 25, great. But like, don't put these like imaginary pressures on yourself, because it's like we're like, oh, people expect for me to do ABC, and most of the time it's just you expecting you to do that. Nobody else is actually over here like, you have to do this by this age and you have to do this by this age. Because like, okay, you didn't graduate at 22 from college. Like, did the world blow up? Did you die? Like, nothing bad happens. You kind of readjust, figure out where you're going, get back on the path and go towards that. But this, like, living in constant pressure of trying to hit these like life benchmarks and do all this stuff by a certain age is just like unneeded stress and pressure upon yourself. And that's not to say be content and just, well, not content, but just be complacent and just be like, you know, well, whatever, it is what it is type of thing. But at the same token, like, living in these illusions that you have to reach certain goals by a certain age, it makes it hard on you, because it's like, okay, now I didn't do that, and now what? Like, does that make you a failure? I feel like that's unrealistic and it's unhealthy. So that's my 8th life lesson. Follow your own timeline. Don't get pressured into feeling like you have to hit certain goals or certain strides in your life at a certain age. When your time comes, it comes. Until then, do the work, you know, stay in your lane, figure out what you're passionate about, figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like. and just get to know yourself. Eventually, the pieces fall into place if we do the work. And the key to that is to do the work, but don't add unnecessary pressure to yourself by feeling like you have to arrive at a certain place by a certain age. So that's my 8th life lesson. Excited to be sharing this with you guys. Tomorrow we'll be back for number 9. Okay, so I actually did win. I won $2 whole dollars. That's $2 more than I had, like, you know, at the beginning of this video. So hey, lucky number 8. Gonna stick it in this envelope in case I win some more. Can go cash them all in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more fun adventures. Like, subscribe, share with a friend, turn on the little bell thing, you know, so you can get notified when I post new videos. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.